Hello there, everybody. I'm Mel Allen, and this is Baseball Collector.
Yo and hello everybody, my name is Mike and this is my YouTube channel called Baseball Collector, which you just heard from Mel Allen. He just told you what channel this was, so welcome. Today is Wednesday, I guess. We have that many days until the National, so that's coming up and I'm excited about that. I've got a couple of thoughts. I've got some pretty awesome cards that I got in today and I'll tell you kind of a story about those. And I was thinking about the whole Slabgate thing, and I certainly don't want to, beat this dead horse because everybody's talking about it. But I started to getting some perspective, listening to Dave, listening to Eric, just different people throwing in their 2 cents, reading forums, and I'm thinking, let's say there are twice as many cards that have been screwed with, or 10 times as many cards as what have been found so far that have probably been altered, trimmed, colored, whatever, conserved, whatever word you want to use. Let's say it's 10 times as bad as we think it is now. We're still talking about a fraction, a minute percentage of 0.1% of this, of that, of all the cards that have been graded by the major 3 third-party graders, PSA, Beckett, and SGC. Fraction. And we're all going bananas and getting in a tizzy over it. And I am not in any way apologizing for the cloud, the black cloud that is right now over our hobby because of all of this. Absolutely deserved. We need to shed light on this. We need to talk about it as a hobby. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just thinking about, guys, is it really that big a deal? I mean, the beast over here is full of slabs, and I'll bet you there are some trim slabs in there. I'll bet you there are. And you know what? I don't care. I thought about it. I'm like, so? First of all, I'll never know. And no one, I didn't trim them, but there might be some in there. There probably are. Big, hairy deal. This is a hobby for me. This isn't an investment. I'm not buying the PSA 9 Mickey Mantle and hope it goes up in that market and in that world of investing in cards and using them as a investment and conserving them like fine art. And what a bunch of crap. They're baseball cards. They're collectibles. They're fun. So I just don't care. And when you think about how big the scope is, it's big. I'm not trying to diminish it. It's just in the grand scheme of it, it's big relative, but really, really, really small when you look at the whole hobby. It's just a tiny, tiny fraction of our hobby that's been directly affected by this. So, I don't know, just whatever. It is what it is. Does that mean I'm going to start buying from the major consigners again? No, that they are specifically complicit. Am I worried about giving my Mike Trout rookie cards to PSA for grading at the National? No, I'm going to do it just the same as I would have before. That doesn't change my perspective on PSA and their ability to grade a card and assign a grade to it. So at the end of the day, it's like, okay. So now back to cards. That's enough of that because we've just been beating this dead horse, and I really, I think we'll move on from it. I think people will be smarter. I think people will change their habits to some degree. I think they'll be more diligent. And those are all good things that people will do that. So if that's what comes out of this, great. Do I think anybody's going to get prosecuted or thrown in jail over it? Absolutely not. I would be shocked if that happened. It's just not, it's fraud and it's all these other things. And you could certainly argue that it should be a crime. I just don't think that anyone cares enough to take it that far. So anyway, enough about that. Let's just actually look at some baseball cards, which is really fun. And I got some cool stuff to show you anyway. So hang on one second. Oh, and another thing. notice I'm just back to normal, back to my normal thing. I've realized that doing all the stuff doesn't really move the needle a whole lot in terms of video quality. So I'm more comfortable sitting here. It's much easier for me to set up. I don't have to set up all the crazy lights. They're not, glaring in my face just where I can't see. And so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I tried some things to try to make it better, but it ends up, it just works just fine. And so this is the way it's going to be for a little while. So I know Eric's going to be upset because he liked looking at all the sets that were behind me in that setup I had yesterday, but we're just going to go with this because it works and it's easy. And so now I will show you some cards. All right, here we go. Told you, going to show some cards. All of these are autographs. I got 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 autographs I'm going to be showing. 5 Hall of Famers and 1 not Hall of Famer. And let's do the not Hall of Famer first. But this might be the coolest card I got. I love this card. When I was growing up, my mom was a huge Yankees fan. She grew up in a family that just adored the Yankees. And back then, you could only get a few radio stations anyway. And the Yankees were one of them that they typically played on the radio. So she loved Mickey Mantle and all the Yankees in the 50s and 60s. Her favorite player was Bobby Richardson. And I just loved this card. I saw this. All these cards, by the way, are from the same seller. So I saw a couple that I really wanted / needed, and this was another one the guy was selling. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too bright. It's a 1961 Topps World Series card showing that Bobby Richardson is hero, is what it says for Game 3. He ended up winning the MVP award for that World Series. Just a great ball player. Hall of Very Good for sure. And I love his autograph. It's fantastic. And he did it great on this card. I mean, it just looks gorgeous. The card's in pretty good shape too. Off center, obviously. But other than that, I mean, it's a really sharp card. And I love having this. Next up is this one right here. I guess the first 3 are Yankees. So this one I may have to change the angle of it because the light. This is a 2000 Fleer Greats of the Game, Reggie Jackson. It's an in-person autograph. This wasn't a pack-issued autograph this way. All of these are IP autographs. And so this is from 2000 Fleer Greats of the Game, which is a set kind of commemorating the 1960 Fleer set. Kind of has similar, I'll show you. So the autograph on this is fantastic. It's beautiful. He put 44, his number, inside of the J, which is very normal for Reggie to do that. The card has some shine to it too. It's really, again, hard to see in the light, but the back looks like a 1960 Fleer, or is it 61 Fleer? I always get them confused. Actually, I think it's 60 Fleer. Yeah, it is 60 Fleer because it says Greats of the Game, 1960 to 2000. It says it down there, I think. Anyway, beautiful card, great Reggie signature. And then I got one also of Yogi Berra on the same set. Very classic pose of Yogi Berra. I think this picture is on many Yogi Berra cards over his career. But beautiful Berra autograph there. Another commemorative, Greats of the Game, 2000. Kind of honoring 1960 Fleer. It's awesome. This is very cool. I don't have a ton of Greg Maddux autographs. This one was just the same guy had it, and I saw it, and it really looked cool on that card. 2005 Topps. Greg Maddux's autograph is for, you just go, how is that possibly say Greg Maddux? I mean, it's just scribble. But that's what his autograph looks like. That's how it is. So just glad to add this. All of these, I think I'm going to end up sending to Garrett to get slabbed. Mainly just because. Not because I'm really worried about the authenticity, but just because I think they would look great in a slab. The last 2 are the ones that I was really going after with the seller because they fit into something that I'm working on, and that is the Diamond Kings. I got 2 Diamond Kings card. The first one here is this 85 Donruss Diamond Kings of Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn, of course, has passed away, and so finding these is becoming more and more difficult. And I saw these at auction, so the buy it nows for these are crazy, stupid expensive, and so I've just been very patient looking for a Tony Gwynn, and I've got this one, which is great. Love it. Okay, sorry about that. Someone came to my door, so I finished on Tony Gwynn. And the last one that I got, which I'm really excited about, the Tony Gwynn, don't get me wrong, but I also got this awesomeness. This is a 1990 Donruss Nolan Ryan, and it's not just a Diamond King, it's King of Kings. He's the King of Kings, which I think is just awesome. Anybody that was collecting in the late 80s, early 90s totally knows about this card. It's just a great baseball card, so cool, and it's autographed. So this is definitely part of my Perez Steel master set run craziness that I'm doing, and I'm really just moving right along on that. So 2 more added to that collection, a few more just great autographs just because they were from the same seller, so just so glad to add those. And there you go. Hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys soon. Keep collecting.